Hi, I am Anjana, first MCA student from Department of IT at Kannur University. Today I am presenting on servlet responses in Java, which is a fundamental concept in web application development. This presentation will cover how servlets handle HTTP responses, the methods available for sending data to clients, and practical examples of servlet implementation. A servlet is a Java program that runs on the server side and is used to handle client requests and generate dynamic responses. Unlike static web pages, servlets can process data and generate content dynamically. In a web application, the servlet plays a central role. It receives requests from the client, processes them, and sends response back. The cycle works like this. A client or browser sends an HTTP request to the web server. The server receives it and routes it to the appropriate servlet container. The servlet processes the request using methods like doGet or doPost. Then the servlet then generates a response and sends it back via HTTP. Finally, the browser receives it and displays the result to the user. The HTTP servlet response interface is used to send responses to the client. It provides several important methods which can be grouped into four categories: writing content using getWriter and getOutputStream, setting headers using setHeader and setContentType, managing status using setStatus and sendError, redirection using sendRedirect. These methods give full control over how the response is sent to the client. To generate response data, we mainly use two approaches. First is printWriter, which is used for text-based output like HTML. We use response.getWriter and write content using println. Second is servlet output stream, which is used for binary data like images or PDF files. So the key difference is printWriter is for text data and servlet output stream is for binary data. MIME types are standardized identifiers that tell browsers how to interpret response content. MIME stands for Multipurpose Internet Mail Extensions. It defines the type of content being sent to the browser. Some common types include text or HTML, application or PDF, image or JPG. We set this using response.sendContentType method. This is important because the browser uses this information to correctly display or handle the content. HTTP headers provides additional information about the response. For example, cache control controls caching behavior for performance optimization. Content security policy enhances security by restricting resource loading. Set cookie sends cookies to client for session management. Refresh auto refresh page after specified time interval. Location specifies redirect destination URL. Content disposition triggers file download instead of display. These headers help control browser behavior and improve performance and security. HTTP status codes indicate the result of a request. Some common ones are 200 OK for success, 302 found for temporary redirect, 400 bad request. Invalid syntax 404 not found is for resource missing, 500 internal server error for server failure. We can send errors using sendError method. This ensures proper communication between the server and client. The sendRedirect method is used to redirect the client to another page. Response buffering means storing the response temporarily before sending it. This improves performance and allows modifications before the response is sent. Also prevent memory issues. This example shows a simple servlet program. The first three lines of the code import the necessary classes for input-output operations and servlet functionality. Then creates a servlet class that extends HTTP servlet, inheriting all servlet functionality. Inside the class overrides the doGet method to handle HTTP GET request. The methods receive a request that contain client request information, response used to send the response back. Here the method set content type tells the browser that the response is HTML content. Then creates a print writer to write text data to the response. After that, write HTML structure. H1 displays a large heading in the browser. The new java.util.date function creates a date object with the current system time, which is concatenated with the HTML text, and displays the current date and time in the browser. When you run this servlet, the browser displays hello from servlet and current time will be displayed. The page title in the browser tab shows servlet response. This code demonstrates how servlets generate dynamic responses. Servlets have several advantages. It is platform independent, high performance using multi-threading, rich support for HTTP features. To conclude, servlet responses are essential for building dynamic web applications. Understanding the HTTP servlet response interface helps in creating efficient and interactive web applications. Thank you.